system.
What's up, YouTube.com? It is I, your boy, the healist Balor, Sim Balor, Prince Balor, and you, Sean the freaking rest. Plus, I'm also the prince of the YWC, and don't you forget about it. And welcome back to another amazing episode of Losers Lounge Podcast, episode number 70. Can you believe we're almost to 100 episodes? I can't believe it. Can you believe it? Neither can I. We are here to review Royal Rumble, and boy, I remember coming on here last week and saying, we're going to come on here either way. We're going to come on here either happy or sad. Me, I'm coming on here happy because this was a really, really fun show. But I'm not alone. Of course, I'm with my fellow losers. First of all, Double R, Reister Ryan. What's up?
What is up, everybody? What is going on? And you know what time it is. We are here to rumble. Well, actually, we're here to review the Royal Rumble. But it is good to be on here. And like Willie said, I am all full of smiles. It was a fantastic pay-per-view. So nothing to complain about, without a doubt. But I hope you guys are doing very well. It's always good to see you guys and see all your wonderful comments. Hope you guys are doing very well. So, yeah, Willie, it is good to be here. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah, brother. And of course, we can't forget him. The optimistic loser himself, Christian Maracle. What's up?
Oh, what? Sorry, what? What? What's up?
The Rumble's over with.
What?
The Rumble's over with. We're here to review the Rumble.
Oh, what time is it? Oh my God, it's that late. I must have slept in or something.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
It's very late.
Wait, hold on. If I was asleep, why did you guys start the podcast while I was still sleeping? Why did you wake me up before we started?
Because it's our job to go ahead without any circumstances, regardless.
So I was literally at the desk, but you didn't wake me up. You just sat down right beside my unconscious body and started the podcast?
Yep.
Yes. We dragged your unconscious body in here.
Oh, wow. You just thought it'd be funny. Okay, you're right. Folks, thank you very much for, let's see, I'm waking up. Okay. Whew, I'm good to go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next edition of the Losers Lounge. Oh, wait, did Willie already do an introduction?
Yeah, yes, I did the intro, Christian. Yeah, I told you, me and Ryan had to drag your unconscious body because you fell asleep pumping gas.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Speaking of which, I think I left the car at the gas station. Is it too late for me to eat?
Come on.
Wait.
Christian, how could you leave your car at the gas station?
Look, I'm telling you, I had a long night, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's your car. That's your car.
Okay, okay, that's on me then. But regardless, I'm gonna go ahead. All right, folks, thanks for tuning into the Losers Lounge Podcast. We are here to talk and predict the events of WWE Elimination Chamber.
No. We are here
that's
to
in the upcoming weeks.
Exactly.
Oh.
How long did he sleep?
Oh,
what day is it?
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
So I've been asleep since Monday.
Yes.
Good grief.
What did you do at the gas station? We told you to go there, get gas, get snacks, and then come back.
So you noticed I was gone for like 3 days and you didn't do anything?
Yes.
We tried calling you, but you didn't answer your phone.
And we were going to do it yesterday, but you were still asleep,
Exactly.
So we decided to wait another day. Maybe you would have waken up.
Well, regardless, I'm here, and this is honestly the most awkward intro for a Losers Lounge podcast history. All right, that's fine.
It's okay. We're slowly getting back to it.
Yeah, it's all right.
Exactly.
After all, there was a time we were not even doing a podcast for 4 months. Remember that? And we still managed to get on good.
Exactly.
In all seriousness, folks, yeah, we're here to talk about the Royal Rumble this past Sunday. It was absolutely fantastic. I was also worried that maybe they were going to do some sort of scary finish like we were heard in the rumors, but nothing scary happened.
Oh.
Seems like things went very well. And ladies and gentlemen, this is episode number 65 of the Losers Lounge podcast. And wait, episode 65 was that.
No.
Episode 69.
Brian Talbot. Oh my God.
Christian.
Yeah.
Christian.
We're not on that. We are on 69.
Yeah. 70.
70. 70.
I think everybody is lost. Here's that. I'm gonna make a phone call. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, hi, Connor. What's up, man? Yeah. Here's the thing. First off, hope you're ready for your basketball game. Good work on that. What episode of the Losers Lounge podcast is this? I asked you because you're a loser. Well, it's not my fault you haven't been showing up. Okay, never mind. Have a good time. He didn't know.
I want to say we are on. Are we on 69?
We're
We're on 69, aren't we? Well, we're on 69, right?
No, we're on number 70.
70? Okay.
Wait, 70? Oh my God, we've been doing this for 70 episodes?
Dang.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, celebration.
Whoa.
70.
Hold on.
70.
Hold up. I remember now. We forgot to announce 69 last time. So, that's the reason why.
Oh.
That's the reason why. We forgot.
Okay. Well, look,
Okay,
folks,
it makes
looks
a lot
like
of
the
sense
Losers
now.
Lounge is a little rusty to kick off February, but you know what? Here we are.
70 it is.
70 it is, folks. The 70th episode of the Losers Lounge podcast, and we are here to talk and review the events of WWE Royal Rumble, the first pay-per-view of 2021. And honestly, as I said last week's podcast, I had a good feeling that they were going to do a great Rumble because the other pay-per-view events that we've seen at the Thunderdome have been fantastic. Like, here's the thing, guys. You remember back when the Thunderdome first hit in August, we had SummerSlam, Clash of Champs, Hell in a Cell, Survivor Series, and TLC. How great were those events?
Pretty
They
good.
were awesome.
It seems to me like the lack of
Excellent.
audience has actually encouraged the wrestlers to perform better than the ring than they ever did before. So as much as the fans are missed, and I hope that one day, maybe this year, we could go back to fans in attendance. As much as I miss that, it looks like there was a silver lining in this dark time.
I knew it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's absolutely fantastic to be here. I've been feeling great lately, which is always good. We have here's the thing. First things first. I want to quickly say, in the pre-show, one of the matches that we were talking about last week was on the pre-show, and that was the Women's Tag Team Championship. We have new Tag Team Champions in Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. All of us were correct on that prediction because it was going to be because of Ric Flair.
Yep.
We called it.
We all kind of knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo! And even,
yeah.
and even going into the actual Royal Rumble matches for both the men and women, I still had no idea who would be a favorite. So we were at number 17, 18, or 19 of both the men's or the women's. I still had no idea who to pick, and I love that.
Yeah, same.
That's the best part about this. If you don't even have a favorite going into the actual match, and even during the match, then it's actually really good and unpredictable.
Exactly.
Willie.
And that's the greatest thing about the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I had a feeling this was going to be one of the most unique Royal Rumbles because of the Thunderdome, and I was right. A lot of great things happened. I honestly believe I am satisfied with all the matches' conclusions. We have nothing to rant about. Well, we might actually have something, but not in any of the matches.
I gotta say, it was really good. Yeah, from start to finish, I don't think I had a single complaint.
Same here.
It seems to me
Except maybe for Bad Bunny, but, that wasn't bad.
Is that supposed to be a pun or something?
I'm gonna wait till it gets to that segment because I have a lot to say about Bad Bunny. Like, I'm gonna wait till we get that segment. I actually enjoyed that.
I'm honestly afraid to talk about.
I gotta say, his dive was a lot better than Snoop Dogg's.
I'm honestly afraid to talk. I'm honestly afraid to talk about Bad Bunny because, give my thoughts on the Bad Bunny performance because last time I talked crap about rap music, I got death threats. But hey, we're on the Losers Lounge podcast where anything can happen. All right, folks. Before we get to any of that, though, I will say I am confident that WWE is doing good in the 2021 pay-per-view lineup. This week, of course, we're reviewing the Royal Rumble. Next week, folks, when you join us, we will be talking and predicting the events of the event that's known as NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day. So in a way, the Vengeance pay-per-view came back. It's a reference to Valentine's Day as well because, well, February 14th.
Yes, sir.
So I love the creativity here. All right, folks, we're going to kick things off. What kicked things off? Something I did not think would start the night, but I'm kind of glad it did so we can get it over with. The WWE Championship match between Drew McIntyre and Goldberg. Like, I'll be honest, when the show started and it was like, welcome to Royal Rumble, pyrotechnics exploded, I was like, all right, here we go. And then I hear Goldberg's music. I'm like, oh, we're getting it over with.
Exactly.
Regardless of win or loss, here's the thing. We knew that was going to be the shortest match. The match itself was 2.5 minutes long. The brawl that took place beforehand was like 3 minutes long.
Yep.
But I'm like, the fact that was going to be the shortest one ever, the shortest one of the night, that was actually a good idea that they decided, let's just do that first. And not leave us full of anxiety about whether or not Goldberg will get the title or Drew will retain. And, you know, our anxiety for that is over, and we can spend the rest 3.5 hours having fun.
Yep.
And, folks, we are happy to say, still your WWE Champion, Drew McIntyre.
Correct.
Yeah. However, here's the thing. The moment Goldberg connected that jackhammer to McIntyre, you gotta admit, guys, you guys held your breath in.
Yes. Yeah.
I gotta say, it was really good.
It was a good jackhammer, actually. For once, it was a great jackhammer because you looked at Drew McIntyre the way he put himself in the right place.
Positioned it very well as well, and he took it well. No botches or anything during this match, in my opinion. It was short, sweet, and to the point, and I actually enjoyed it. This was probably Goldberg's best match since Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 33, in my opinion.
Because here's the thing, Drew McIntyre, he sold those spears to make himself, and the jackhammer to make Goldberg still look powerful at his age, and Drew also at the same time looked pretty good with his claymores and even his own spear.
Exactly. Oh, that was freaking cool.
It was
freaking Rant.
For once, it was like a perfect balance between those two, and I like that.
Yeah, it was like basically like a Glasgow Kiss and then a spear. I'm like, oh snap!
At the precise moment, though, here's the they ended up doing a pre-match brawl. Though I kept saying, "Ring the bell! Ring the bell! Ring the bell!"
That's what I was saying too. I was like, wait a minute, why aren't they ringing the bell? Like, the bell didn't ring. I was so confused.
And Goldberg hit a spear on McIntyre through the barricade, and I actually thought that Drew hit his head off the pyro stuff.
That's what I thought too.
I was like,
one was gonna explode. I was like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I was like, okay, everything's good. He's okay. He didn't hit it. But there's something that was honestly stupid. I can't believe I would ever say this, but Samoa Joe was kind of stupid on commentary. Want to know why?
Just this match.
Just for that match. But you want to know why?
What you got?
He called that the steel barricade.
That's not steel.
I've been to ringside for those shows. And Ryan, you've been to ringside to those shows too. You know that's not steel. You've hit that barricade yourself.
Yeah, like, this is not, the other company I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Or Impact Wrestling.
Like, yes, it's just a barricade. Just say barricade.
Right.
Don't say anything else.
And Samoa Joe is somebody who's actually been through those barricades himself.
Yep.
So he knows what it feels like, but he knows that's not steel. You don't even have to go through it to know that it's not steel. But anyway, yeah, because of that spear, I'm amazed that when Drew McIntyre got in the ring and he said, "Ring the damn bell." Referee rang the bell, and I immediately said, "Here comes the spear." But then Claymore.
Yep.
However, he tried for a second Claymore. Goldberg moved out of the way, and Drew looked like he was trying to believe he could fly.
Yep.
That was funny. And then that's when the spear hit. I was like, oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got for the jackhammer, connected it, And I kind of figured Drew would be somebody who would make sure that it was connected properly after seeing how it was connected on The Undertaker and The Fiend.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, it's like for the Fiend, it looked more like a standing vertical suplex, and for The Undertaker, it looked more like a freaking brainbuster.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what the heck was it? Something
that was just absolutely terrible. But this one, he got it a lot better.
Yep, you notice Drew McIntyre was in the right position. He just sprung his legs up and put himself in a perfect vertical position so Goldberg can turn himself around.
Mm-hmm.
And then bam, perfectly connected, but then the kick out. And then another Claymore.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. And for once I was like, they had Goldberg come back for a title match and actually lose? I was like, wow.
That's shocking.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that, honestly. It was like, I think it was done to not just give Drew an opponent, but actually show that he's actually somebody who's not going to fall victim to that. And he's actually in for the real deal.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm looking forward to, from what I've seen, the following night on Raw, he's going to be in a freaking title feud with Sheamus. And I'm like, I'm ready for that.
I'm down for that.
I think it's going to be very good.
And if you're not down with that...
We got 2 words for you. Too bad. Losers Lounge.
Losers Lounge. All right, I'll start with you, Willie. What was your thoughts on the WWE title match of Drew McIntyre and Goldberg?
Going into, obviously, I was thinking to myself, Goldberg's going to pick up the title. But to be honest, as the weeks went on, going into the match, thinking to myself, maybe Drew could pull it off. And he pulled it off. I want to give a big shout out to my boy, Leo the Phenom, who actually got his prediction right on this match. Him going into the whole match himself, he was like, Goldberg's going to win. Listening to him, I was like, yeah, maybe Goldberg could. Drew, my bad. Drew. Thank God Goldberg didn't win. Drew McIntyre would win, and Goldberg put him over, which I was very happy with. I did enjoy the brawling outside, even though I was very confused. Like, when Drew hit the Glasgow Kiss and then the spear, I was like, wait a minute, did the bell ring? I was so confused. But the brawling outside was great. The selling from Drew was great. The selling from Goldberg was great. In my opinion, like I said before, this was Goldberg's best match since WrestleMania 33 with Brock Lesnar. And Drew retained. I'm glad he put him over. Thank God. And I just want to say this. What the heck was Goldberg? What are those stories? You trying to be Brock Lesnar? Like, what in the world were those, dude? But other than that, it was a really good match. Short, sweet, and to the point. They got out of the way. And once Drew hit the Claymore, man, I just let out breath. I was like, thank God. 1, 2, 3. Retain the title. Thank you. That's all I got to say about that. Short, sweet, and to the point.
I mean, I hate to interrupt this, but I just looked online. I got a shocking piece of news I did not think I would ever see.
Oh?
Anybody remember former WWE wrestler Tyler Rex?
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah. He's,
how's she doing these days?
Yeah, how's she doing?
I will say,
notice how we say
came out publicly as transgender because the former star Tyler Rex is now a female.
A woman.
Here's like, and given in these days where there's still to this day a lot of transphobia in freaking life. However, speaking of somebody who has family members who went from man to woman, specifically my aunt, optimistic Hall of Famer, the late Ayanna Maracle, rest in peace, Auntie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I know how that could be tough for a lot of people. So for Tyler Rex to come out publicly with this, I give her a lot of praise for this. So, I thought I'd point that out because I just looked at my phone and I just saw that. And I was like, whoa. She doesn't look that bad, I'll tell you that.
People make their own life choices, and, in the end, as long as you're happy, I mean, I have my own personal opinions on stuff like this, but, hey, whatever she does and makes her happy, then totally fine, it is what it is, People are going to be rude with me on the internet because I think people just don't understand sometimes. They have their own views on certain things. Like I said, I do. But it's the internet. The internet's going to make fun of this and just be mean. But there's the other side of the internet that will be fine with this. But congratulations. That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
Yep.
What you got, Ryan? You want to say something on this?
I mean, I don't really got a whole lot, but yeah, I mean, like, that's just kind of the whole thing. It's just, you know, respecting and everything. I think, like, even if you don't like agree with it or something like that, or, you know, whatever your view is on it, like, I think it's all about respect.
Exactly.
So.
Okay.
Exactly.
Anyways, back to the subject at hand. That was just a minor distraction, but I thought I'd bring it up because honestly, that, in my opinion, is newsworthy.
It's totally fine. Yeah. Congratulations are in order.
All right. Now,
Yeah,
Ryan, I'm going back to you now.
that.
We're going back to the subject. What was your thoughts on McIntyre versus Goldberg?
I thought going into this, like, it was, I was kind of fearful that Goldberg was going to win, but it was a really good match for what it was. I got to say, Goldberg looked really good out there, and McIntyre, like, he did amazing. And, of course, where Goldberg did the spear through the barricade, it was a pretty cool spot. And then, you know, the rest of kind of history, we kind of all knew kind of how it was going to go down. We knew it was going to be pretty short, but for what it was really good. And I liked at the end, Drew McIntyre and Goldberg, yeah, showing good sportsmanship right there. And yeah, like that was pretty awesome for opening contest. It was great. So I tip my hat out to both Goldberg and McIntyre.
Yeah, honestly, like in this case, with this type of match, in my personal opinion, we did not see Oldberg. We actually saw Goldberg.
Exactly. For one night, we could call him Goldberg.
Because we were honestly, for one thing, it's not just the fact that we were thankful he did not win the title. However, it's the fact that, you know, he performed very good for how much he could perform at his age, and he did pretty good. And honestly, I'm happy for him for that. If he competes at WrestleMania, perhaps, hopefully it's not for a title, and perhaps it's against somebody who definitely would be, like, a good opponent for him. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yep. So as for me, I'm like, when I saw the McIntyre vs. Goldberg match, I enjoyed it very much for how short it was. It was great, perfectly done for the short time frame we knew it was going to be. So they didn't waste time. They didn't make nobody look weak. McIntyre didn't look weak. Goldberg did not look weak. Everyone was strong, and that great show of respect at the end was awesome.
I like that too.
So it's like, you know, we got a great showing of respect, and I'm like, this title match is over. Our fear and anxiety are gone, so we can have the rest of the night to have a good time, and that's what we did, especially for the next match. And the next match was Sasha Banks versus Carmella for the SmackDown Women's title in the rematch from TLC. And I remember, we did not talk about this last week because it wasn't even official yet by the time we got to our podcast.
Exactly.
However,
I think it was, confirmed Friday or something like that?
It was during SmackDown, so after the podcast was already uploaded.
Yeah. I knew they were going to do that.
That's why I saw a comment that says, you guys forgot about this one. I'm like, dude, at the time of recording, we didn't even know what was going to happen.
Exactly.
You guys said exactly at the same time. That was funny.
Exactly. You put me a stutter, Ryan. When we're done with this podcast, you're running to the freaking store because apparently Christian falls asleep.
Okay, so for the last time, I had a lot of drinks, okay?
I told you don't drink lots of Mountain Dews before we do showtime.
For God's sake, that stuff is good stuff. Do you know they have a watermelon flavor now?
I saw that.
Yeah, they have a watermelon flavor Mountain Dew, and I wanted to try that. You got a problem with that?
No, but I have a problem with you being lazy right now. There's no need to freaking drink Mountain Dew before the podcast.
Oh, well, excuse me, sir. My God. All right. Yeah. All right, fine. You could just at least trust me to get my car back once we're done with this, okay?
You're the one that left it. Oh, my God. Ryan, you go. You're good. After the show, you go to the gas station and get the car.
All right, whatever.
But in the meantime, We'll talk about cars later because right now we're talking about Carmella and Sasha Banks. See what I did there? Yeah. See what I did? Yeah, I'm stupid. Anyway, all right. So yeah, their performance at TLC was a great match, and this one was also a great match. It was only 10 and a half minutes, but it was actually really well done. And of course, we knew that that guy Reginald or Reggie or Sue, whatever his name is, would get involved at some point, or 2 or 3 or 4, and then finally the ref kicked him out.
Exactly.
But did you notice something? Carmella was performing kind of poorly until Reginald was ejected. Then she performed in a great way. That's why I'm like, you know what? If we do this again, immediately eject Reginald or something. Or tell him he's banned from ringside. Then Carmella will perform at her greatest. So, Sasha Banks retained against Carmella, which I kind of figured would happen. And I enjoyed it very much. It was a good match. Especially the ending. Great back and forth action. So, Ryan, I'll start with you. What'd you think of the Sasha Carmella match?
You know, for what it was, like, I wasn't the biggest fan of this match, but it was really good. It was really good. I think Carmella has really improved a lot in the ring. I think she has done a fantastic job with her character, and she's a great heel. She's a great heel. You got to give her credit for that. And Sasha Banks has done a great job, with the title and everything. And this was just an absolute amazing match. Of course, you obviously knew that Reggie was going to get involved and just do his thing basically. But Maracle had some really good moves. There was one move that kind of really scared me. I think it was the
suicide dive. Yeah, she landed just scary, she landed exactly like Lita did against Trish Stratus on Raw that one time.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it was a little scary moment, but for the whole match, it was just fantastic. And Carmella came close a few times, but in the end, Sasha Banks with the bank statement makes Carmella tap out. But you got to give credit to Carmella; she did fantastic. And overall, this was a really good match. So tip my hat off to both Carmella and Sasha Banks.
Are you even wearing a hat?
No, I'm wearing an invisible hat, and I'm actually taking it off right now as I tip my hat off.
Well, keep your clothes on, please.
Hey, I'm not naked, dang it.
Willie, what did you think of the Sasha Carmella match?
This is PG.
What?
This is not a PG podcast.
Exactly. We're PG. Ew. We hate that word.
Fuck that. Right. Whoops.
Anyway, exactly.
Watch your language.
All right, Willie, go ahead.
Anyways, back to Carmella and Sasha Banks. In my opinion, this was good. Not as good as the match at TLC, because that match blew me away. Here's the thing. People sleep on Carmella. I've been sleeping on Carmella lately. When she returned and all that. This gimmick was just, I don't know. I didn't know what to think of it and all that stuff. But once she got in the ring again, I don't know what's been going on, but she's been improving, in my opinion. There's something going on. I'm loving it. And I think that she's doing a lot more better in the ring. Sasha, we all know Sasha's freaking great. Of course, people call her Botcha Banks. And to those people who call her Botcha Banks, I want you to go rewatch some of her takeover matches and rethink your memory, okay? Because she's freaking great. She's awesome. And this match was no exception. This match was good. Like I said, it wasn't as good as their last match at TLC, but they delivered well. Like I said, Carmella is coming into her own as a heel. She's really doing well in this gimmick, even though it's turning Corey Graves on, for God's sakes. I mean, that's your girl in there, boy. I mean, I don't blame you. But
at least keep it professional when you're a commentator, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Like, anyways, yeah, obviously the scary part of the match is obviously the suicide dive, which scared the freaking crap, man. She's freaking, jeez, Carmella, don't do that. That's something you don't need to be doing. Like, you're awesome, you're amazing, you're a great heel and a great wrestler, but never, ever, ever attempt that again. That reminded me of what happened when Sasha went against Asuka, if y'all remember that match. And that flying kick that Asuka delivered to Sasha when she was flying towards the outside and caught her in midair. And then Sasha freaking bent, I think Sasha freaking bent like a freaking accordion. It was freaking, that's exactly what happened here with Carmella. But this match was pretty good. I didn't expect Carmella to win the match. I mean, it was just a standard match going into it. I was thinking to myself, you know what? Sasha ain't losing. She didn't. She retained, and that was it. Although I am enjoying Reginald, I am enjoying this guy. I don't know who he is, but he is freaking hilarious. I'm enjoying this character that Carmella has, where she's just bullying this guy around. It's so funny. And plus, Reginald's freaking funny. They're delivering on this gimmick. This match was great, in my opinion, and good job, girls.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, you mentioned Sasha bending like an accordion. Was it to the point where you can literally hear this from her?
Yes.
You could literally play her like an accordion, right? Does anybody even know how to play that instrument? How do you do that? Do you just open your hands back and forth while you're typing on a keyboard or something on the sides?
As funny as I took band for a little bit back in middle school.
Did you ever play the accordion?
Yeah. No.
Okay. Speaking of, here's the thing. I enjoyed the match for what it was, but speaking of music, right after this match was something that was honestly awful. I'm sorry, but this is awful. I know you guys don't like whenever I talk crap about rap, but even if I was a rap fan, I'll be honest, I don't think I would have enjoyed this because I didn't get this. This is the whole thing with Bugs Bunny performing at the Royal Rumble. Bad Bunny. Sorry, Bugs Bunny. Bad Bunny.
Bugs
Sorry,
Bunny.
our truth on the pre-show had me convinced.
Exactly.
But Bad Bunny apparently was performing a song called Booker T. And he was like, I had no idea who he was, so that's why I was like, who's this? And then all of a sudden, I got a lot of heat for saying that.
Wow.
People call me like a casual. People saying this or that. Oh, shit. Sorry, somebody was trying to call me. But, what I am going to say is the Bad Bunny performance was absolutely ridiculous. And no, had nothing to do with the fact that we didn't understand a single word he said because he doesn't exactly rap in our language. He's Puerto Rican from what I heard.
Yep.
It has nothing to do with that. No. I'm like it's not the performance or the fact that I think it was the fact that Booker T's just standing there like he's doing the mannequin challenge. I'm like, what is this? He's just circling around Booker T, rapping about him, and Booker T honestly looks like he doesn't even want to be there.
I know, right?
And I'm like, that was it.
That part
was
literally
over.
had me dying.
This made absolutely no sense. I'm like, why are we doing this? We could have gone through this entire thing without that. That was honestly one of the worst performances in WWE history when it comes to music. And I would know. I have seen freaking a lot of crazy performances when it comes to music over there. And honestly, here's the thing. The Bad Bunny song wasn't even like a theme for the pay-per-view or anything. This was just so he could have apparently a feud with The Miz. I'm like, you could have just done that without the music or anything?
Exactly.
No offense, guys. I know you guys don't like it when I talk shit about rap music. Just understand, I am not a fan of rap music. That's just how it is. And
Christian has their opinions.
Everyone has their opinions.
Here's the thing: everyone has their opinions. I know some of my losers probably listen to some rap, and that's okay. I don't give anybody crap because of what they listen to. It's just my personal opinion. Yeah. I think the genre of rap is stupid, and I am gonna keep saying that. If people bring it up, I'm going to keep saying it. Yeah, I think it's stupid. I'm one of the only people. Here's like people still to this day expect me to apologize for talking about rap that way.
Wow.
I am never going to apologize for that because I don't have anything to be sorry of. It's just my opinion. I'm like, I think the genre of rap music is stupid, and that's just me. Like I even said like when I got all that heat for that. I said if I had a second chance in that moment, I would say it all over again.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like, people who give me death threats because of that, they're the ones who are sensitive and going too far, not me.
Mm-hmm.
Some people actually tried to say, like, well, what if he talk shit about the music you like? I'm like, do it. Do it. It's not going to bug me. I mean, that doesn't matter to me.
Exactly.
But anyway, yeah, the performance was absolute shit. We could have definitely gone without it. I still can't believe that was a thing. Really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But There's honestly not much to say other than it was just Bad Bunny circling around a standing Booker T, trying to look like he was some sort of Omos or something to him, like Omos is to AJ Styles.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, yeah, Omos is now Omos.
Oh my god.
It's like they just changed his name. It's one thing to have a name change or a name shortened, but change in pronunciation like Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali. All right, but here's the thing. Do you guys have anything to say about the concert or anything?
I have a few things to say about it. First of all, when I found out who this guy was, I was like, I never really WWE tweet out, it's like, Bad Bunny's performing at the Royal Rumble. I'm like, who the hell is Bad Bunny? Literally, that was the first thing that came out. I'm like, who's Bad Bunny? And what, he related to Bugs Bunny? Is related to the Easter Bunny? Like, who's Bad Bunny? So I was very confused. I was like, who's this guy? He performed, and I was like, okay, I don't get the hype. I don't get the hype. I love rap and all, but like, I just didn't care. I really didn't care. I think I laughed more. Not in a bad way. I just laughed more just because of Booker T. He was just standing there, just looking all muscular and just all cool and all that, just standing like you said, Christian, like the mannequin challenge. But other than that, I really didn't care for the performance. I've seen better.
Yeah. Ryan, what about you? Do you have anything to say or not really?
Not a whole lot, but I mean, like, honestly, like, I didn't even know who he was. Like, I'd never heard of him before. But, you know, I mean, I'm not really sure if anybody knows this, but it was, I don't know if he's the one from the Cheetos commercial. I don't know if that's him or not, but yeah, I mean, honestly, the funny thing that I liked about it was Booker T, you know, just standing there, like, straight face, just a straight face. And it's just so funny. Like, I don't know why, but it was just so hilarious. And then, like, at the end, he's just like, now can you take that, sucker?
Which was honestly the only good part about that segment.
And I'm like, why in the world is he dressed like that?
Now here's the thing, folks. I'm not gonna deny like Bad Bunny's like abilities to perform. I'm like, I will say, as somebody who dislikes rap, I will say he's actually really good. And honestly, if he's doing great for his community, for the Puerto Rican community, then honestly, I hope he goes bigger. Because from what I heard, he was the top artist on Spotify in 2020.
Yeah.
Might explain why I've never heard of him, because I don't even have Spotify.
Same here.
So that's why I was like, oh, okay. But I'm like, how can you not know who he is? He's the number one artist on Spotify. I'm like, okay, well, there's honestly a lot of people who was number one over there who I have no idea who they are. Just because you're the most, like, number one on, like, the artist selection or billboards or whatever the hell it's called, doesn't mean everybody in the entire freaking world's going to know who you are. And not everybody knows who, honestly, The Undertaker is, and that's honestly saying something.
That's a shock. Yes, that is true.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who don't know the world's most famous actors or the existence of the Wizard of Oz movie.
Wow. Okay, that's a just shock.
Yeah, that one actually would shock me because I'm like, I'm pretty sure I would not see a single soul around here that would not know what the Wizard of Oz is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just saying, guys, here's the thing. The concert, it was stupid. All right, guys? That's all I'm saying. It was stupid. It was unnecessary. Bad Bunny himself is not stupid. The concert was stupid. And the whole thing that WWE apparently is doing to him to have a feud with The Miz going into WrestleMania, from what I heard. Isn't it bad enough that some other company is doing the whole thing with Shaq?
Ugh.
And the reason folks are calling it some other company is because they're afraid that if we say things like about them, they're going to flag me for this.
Yep, because they can't take the heat.
They can't take the heat. They can't take criticism, so they do what they do, and that is shut people up and shut people down because they can't accept opinions.
Hell, honestly, I can take heat more than they can because I'm a guy who took death threats because I didn't like rap music.
I've taken freaking hits before on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because people disagree with me. You know what I do? I shut up. and I just ignore them. That's what you need to do when life gets you down. This is why I was talking when I was young, right? When life gets you down, and when people start coming at you, you do these things. You adapt. Simple as that. And you don't bring up stuff from the past. That's the problem with social media. You see, social media and in the world in general, they like to bring up things from the past, bring up old tweets from the past. And when you see those old tweets, you think to yourself, oh, that's a bad person, that's a horrible person. But then you realize, wait a minute, that person has changed, that person has evolved. And you realize that person has actually made a mistake. And you pick yourself up and you say, well, that person made a mistake. They learned from that mistake. They got stuff from the past.
Yeah, exactly.
That goes to anybody who tweets old stuff and goes at. First of all, I don't know why people go into this goes to anybody. I don't know why anybody would go down and find somebody's old tweets just to blackmail them. That is completely stupid.
Yeah, bringing up mistakes they make in the past does not define them for who they are today. I mean, look at Hulk Hogan.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does. Even, yourselves. Even me. Like, it's just a human thing.
So many times.
It's a human thing. And, you make a mistake, you learn from it. Why go out and, bash them forever?
Exactly. Why go out there and bash and just exploit people?
If they are, if they truly, are sorry for what they did, then that's what matters. And if they're trying to do better, that's what matters.
Yeah, but here's the thing. From according to a lot of people's perspective, you're guilty, and then you're still guilty even if you're proven innocent.
Here's the thing, Christian. That, my friend, is called cancel culture, a.k.a. cancer culture. Because with cancel culture, they like to do things that evolve, that basically mean... What am I trying to say here? They're trying to basically go out there and just create this chaos, this noise. They want people to hear them because in their minds, and of course, cancel culture ramped up last year in 2020, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And they ramped it all up last year. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about this because we are the Losers Lounge and we'll talk about whatever the heck we freaking please. So, anyways, I don't want to talk about this. It's been on my mind for a long time. Anyways, so cancel culture, like I said, with the whole, obviously the speaking out movement and all that stuff last year with all that garbage and many other things that happened. People digging up wrestlers' old tweets, digging up celebrities' old tweets. Oh, this guy said the bad word. This guy said a racial slur. Oh, they said this and that. Here's the thing. They learned. They adapt. Oh, but you can't forgive them. They're innocent. They're guilty. They're guilty. They have to be exiled. For example, Sammy Guevara. Shout out to my boy Sammy Guevara, by the way, who was obviously employed with that company, which I'm not talking about because they don't deserve to be called their real name. So that company, punished Sammy Guevara, right? They punished Sammy Guevara for what he did. And you guys already know what I'm talking about. If I don't know what I'm talking about, go look at the stories.
Yeah.
They punished Sammy Guevara. So Sammy Guevara served his punishment, got suspended for a little bit, and came back a new man. But people, once again, being a-holes and going out there and digging up the old tweets. Oh, he said this about that said individual. Oh, he made the art. He made rape jokes. He tried to do that to Miss Mercedes. But you guys still wanted to live in the past. That's the thing. You don't need to live in the past. You need to dwell and move forward. You see, I'm learning from that. I have good friends out there who are helping me with that. I know you're all listening right now, and this is for you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I know you're listening. And, we just learn. We evolve. We adapt. That's the thing with people, man. That's what I understand about cancel culture. Why bring up stuff from the past just to ruin some... Why?
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. And for Christian Maracle or our buddy Ryan, and of course, Kelsey and Connor and any of our friends that we're associated with, if they were to do something bad, would we stand up and say, oh, they need to be punished? It depends on what they say, maybe. But, what we do, we pick ourselves up, we move on, and we just say, okay, you serve your punishment, you know what you gotta do, go and do your own thing, and then come back a new man or a woman.
And speaking of speaking of picking ourselves up and moving on, that's exactly what we're about to do for the next match.
Exactly.
And the next match, the Women's Royal Rumble match.
Oh, yeah.
Which was really good. honestly, it was, in my opinion, this was the best women's Royal Rumble match I've ever seen when it comes to the booking.
Oh,
I
yeah,
agree.
absolutely. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean,
This was amazing.
I'll talk about here's the thing, folks. We're not like our usual podcast. We're not gonna go through like the entire thing. We'll talk about our favorite moments here and there because it's a long match. But in this case, there's a lot to talk about. But before here's the thing, I got a friend of mine here who would like to talk about her appearance in the Royal Rumble match. Hey, Jillian, come over here. Yeah, Jillian is gonna perform a special song on the Losers Lounge podcast just for us here. Sound good to y'all or no?
Sure.
I made it to Royal Rumble, and it was so good.
Bravo!
Everybody,
Bravo! I mean,
all right. You guys can take your earmuffs off now.
Thank you.
Ryan, I said you can take your earmuffs off. Ryan.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's understood, but you couldn't hear me in that case.
Sorry, my bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
I'll be honest. Like, I was when Jillian showed up, I did not see that coming.
Same.
When it comes to
I didn't
women's
see it coming
surprise
either, right? That was a
entrance,
shock.
when it comes to women's surprise entrance, I'm glad the one time they do this, it's for wrestlers we did not think would show up. Like, we did the 10 count. And speaking of the 10 count, I will say, I'm glad WWE employed the crowd counting down from 10. So that honestly made it much more exciting.
I like that, too.
Yep. So when you heard the buzzer ring, and then what'd y'all think when you heard, you know you want my...
Oh, my God. I marked out, surprisingly.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, my God.
I was about to put on a pair of earmuffs when I heard the music. I was like, oh, shit.
But it's great. What I really like is that I really like the duo, like where Jillian and Billy Kay were like teaming up together. I'm like, okay, this
Billy
is
and
actually a
Jilly
pretty cool team.
apparently, right? Billy and Jilly.
Yeah,
I like the whole thing where
pretty
Billy
team.
Kay was trying to team up with the next entrant.
Oh, my gosh.
They should have kept that going until she got to Peyton Royce.
I agree.
Yeah, when it comes to other surprise entrants,
I like
folks,
that little Iconics reunion.
yeah, although, she was reluctant to do that because Ruby Riott was there too. But what didn't make any sense was Ruby was like, oh, now Ruby's against Billy potentially teaming with somebody else when she'd been trying to get rid of Billy from joining the Riot Squad this whole time.
Exactly.
I'm like, okay, now you care? But, here's the thing. Next to Jillian, what'd y'all think when you heard, I ain't the lady to mess with?
Oh, my gosh.
Victoria.
Amazing.
I marked
Amazing.
Yeah, wasn't
Same.
she supposed to be in last year's Rumble based off a leak we saw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they canceled her appearance just so she'll do it next year because of that.
Yeah.
I think so. That was just weird last year.
Yeah, because I remember that picture, and I was like, oh, snap.
And
But, the funny thing is that, there was not only Victoria, but MVP, too. And they got MVP right.
he shut up. MVP shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Victoria was just kind of like, okay.
I guess that's the part that sucks about hosting an event with a freaking glass wall
Yeah.
that anybody can see
Exactly.
through. The glass honestly should be tinted so you can only see from the inside on the outside, not the outside on
Or
the
they should have
inside.
put covers over it or something.
Yeah, so you can't really see
Because
what's
that's kind
going
of
on.
the one bad thing about baseball stadiums. All right, it's cool. I liked when they host the Rumble in baseball stadiums. It's absolutely awesome. But yeah, that's kind of you're gonna have that somebody that's gonna from some hotel room and that's gonna take a picture. It's just gonna look like it's really kind of weird. It's just crazy how that happens. But yeah,
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy. Be thankful they did not show Edge's graphics.
thank God.
Oh, my.
If they
Dude,
did,
that
if they
would be
leaked
so
that,
right.
oh my god, that would be a big ruin.
Man, I'm so glad.
But you guys want to know what? Here's the thing. One of my personal favorite parts of the women's Royal Rumble match was
What's that?
Alicia Fox wins the 24/7 title.
Oh my gosh!
Somebody
Yes.
tried to enjoy these segments.
You
That
know
was
what's so
hilarious.
funny is that R-Truth like literally just comes running, like his music hits right after hers, and he's just coming running down and everything.
He thought it was a scramble match for his title. He's like,
I was
Royal Rumble? My
I was
bad.
like, okay, this is cool.
Anytime R-Truth music hits, we're always immediately like, this is going to be good.
Oh my god.
How great would it have been, though, if before Alicia got eliminated, each woman in the ring each rolled her up and got a chance to be 24/7 champ for like a few seconds?
Oh my gosh, imagine. Oh, that would have wasted time. Oh, that shouldn't have been there. Blah blah. I found it funny.
Yeah, it was absolutely hilarious. For the first time ever, we got an actual pinfall and a title change in the Rumble match.
Exactly.
I mean, we've had title changes with the WWE title was on the line in the Rumble, but that was at the end. We're talking like a pinfall for a title. And hey,
Yep.
it was really cool to see that. But what I will say is, people what I was most impressed with. We'll talk with Bianca Belair in a moment, but I will say, I was most impressed with Rhea Ripley. She eliminated 7 people.
We all knew she was gonna show up. So when I heard this is my mortality, I was like, yes.
Tori Wilson was also there.
See Rhea. I don't know my pop for her. She's been in pretty much all the women's rumbles. So
Well, actually, this was only her second.
Oh, second?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
she's in the first one and then this one.
all right. Well, still popped. That was amazing.
But Naomi returned as well.
That was surprising.
She was the second entrant. She lasted almost 50 minutes, and I like the double save with her and Bianca.
Oh, that was amazing.
Yep. Here's the thing. Hey, Ryan, you had a streak that got broken, which was attending multiple Rumbles in a row.
Yep. Unfortunately, I think if I recall, the Rumble was supposed to be held in Seattle.
Yep.
I believe. Yeah. Man, it sucks, but at the same time, it's great. It's great because I look at the positive of everything. Things happen. And if I could have got the chance, I probably would have gone. But it was great. It was great. I mean, just seeing this Rumble and just watching it, like doing the live reaction. Well, not live reaction, but reactions. Streaming them. It felt like I was there almost.
How about this?
Felt like I was
Honestly,
there
you should have been part of the Thunderdome for that night then.
Yeah, that would have been cool. But yeah, even and that's my whole thing. It's like, even if there's no audience, like of course we had the Thunderdome, but like no audience in attendance, that just goes to show you WWE can still put on a good show.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. For the first time,
if I was there, I would have been saying, "Let's go."
Let's go, yeah. Jillian, let's go.
Oh, there's your box. Let's go. Oh, R-Truth, let's go.
Here's the thing. Imagine if like R-Truth's music hit before Alicia Fox's music hit, because the 10-second countdown, and then you hear Truth's music.
And they're just like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Wrong Royal Rumble match.
And then imagine if he just throws himself over the top rope.
That would be so hilarious. Like, you see R-Truth, like R-Truth's just coming out. His music hits and everything. He's coming out and everything, and like everybody's just staring at him. And R-Truth's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, wrong Rumble match," and then he jumps over the top rope and eliminates himself.
R-Truth eliminated from the Women's Royal Rumble. But can I also say something? Bayley, she started the match at number 1. This is interesting because she said if she won, she would challenge Michael Cole. And she had Cole's name written buzzed in her hair. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I mean, I get that, she's had the occasional thing where she's just yelling at Michael Cole saying, I don't like what you're saying here and there. Where's this going? Is this leading to a freaking match at WrestleMania for the two? If it is, I guess Michael Cole's going to be no longer undefeated at Mania.
Imagine.
Coincidentally, 10 years after Cole had his first match at WrestleMania with Jerry Lawler.
Oh, God.
That was stupid, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And
It really was, but I will give credit. Michael Cole was a fantastic heel.
oh yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Honestly,
You had to
was
love him as a
amazing.
heel.
Michael Cole was one of the heels where everybody actually hated him because of the way he was always talking. I'm like, how is it that a commentator can outperform your wrestlers? That's a little embarrassing, honestly, to the talent. You guys there?
I'm here.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I was about to say,
Yeah,
where the hell is
sorry.
everybody? Everybody suddenly stopped
Sorry.
talking.
That was weird.
Sorry.
Anyway,
Yeah, I noticed I noticed Willie had left. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then like,
My Skype.
so sorry.
Skype.
Sorry, but yeah, my bad, Christian.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were. I'm not gonna lie, that was. People give me crap about it, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. I really love the segments. I thought they did a really good job. I wasn't a huge fan of the match though. Like, I thought the match could have been a little better, but Michael Cole was just really on another level, and he was so good at the promos that he did. Like, I'm just like, oh, okay, like Michael Cole's pretty good.
yeah.
But he was just a fantastic heel because everybody hated him.
Yep.
And you got to give credit when a heel is getting heat and hated, then he's doing his job.
Hell yeah. Just like freaking King Corbin. And honestly, even Roman Reigns, honestly, is starting to get on my nerve because of his behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing a fantastic job. But can I also mention in the Royal Rumble match, there's somebody who I did not honestly see before, but this is the first time I ever saw her. That was Santana Garrett from NXT.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of her.
I didn't know a whole lot about her, but
I was about to say, since you guys have a history of knowing people from the Indies, I figured you would know as well. I mean, I know some people from the Indies, but I just never heard the name Santana Garrett before. When I saw Santana, I thought it said Santina, and I thought it was Santina Marella again.
My gosh.
oh my gosh, that was so hilarious.
If that would have been the case, I would have told people, guys, I was supposed to be in it, but she did it again. Damn you, Santina! WrestleMania, you and me. But anyway, I will say Santana Garrett, for the short amount of time that she was in the match, performed pretty good.
Yeah.
Although, can also mention as well Rhea Ripley. When she was in there, did you see the way that she eliminated Dana Brooke, that power bomb on the apron?
Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh my god! Rhea Ripley's living up to her entrance theme. This is my brutality. I'm like, oh my god! But remember this moment when the 10-second countdown happened, and then all of a sudden we heard "Woo!"
I was like, oh boy, here we go.
I was not once fooled.
snap,
I was
here we
not
go
once
again.
fooled into thinking it was going to be Ric Flair. I was not once fooled.
That would be
Nah.
hilarious though, but that would be stupid.
Yeah,
With COVID going on.
I wasn't fooled whatsoever about Ric Flair possibly competing in the Women's Rumble because I'm like, I knew this was done to distract Charlotte Flair so Lacey Evans can show up.
And let me just ask you this: what is y'all's thoughts on this whole Charlotte, Lacey, Ric Flair?
I don't
thing
get
going
it,
on?
honestly.
It's kind of
It's so
stupid.
confusing.
Okay, Charlotte got
It's
mad at Rick
confusing.
one time. And then all of a
Exactly.
sudden he starts hitting on Lacey Evans and probably doing her too, Ric Flair style.
Yep.
All because Charlotte said, stay out of my way or something after she lost the match because of Rick.
Mm.
And I'm like, okay, I don't get this. Ric Flair's trying to get retribution on his daughter because of that? Or is it because of that one time she humiliated him in 2016?
Exactly.
But even then, I'm like, that was years ago, and they clearly made up for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't understand the whole thing. And even, like, the whole thing with Lacey coming out in Charlotte's robe that she was wearing prior, she shows up. The one thing that didn't make any sense, she is intentionally taunting Charlotte, but the moment she gets in the ring, she instantly turns her back on Charlotte, who's obviously furious.
Mm-hmm.
and then gets her ass kicked. I'm like, why would you turn your back on the one person you're intentionally trying to rile up?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
Exactly. I didn't understand that.
Like, Ryan, what do you honestly think about that whole feud that's going on? Like, where do you think this is going?
I don't know. It's just, honestly, to me, it's kind of silly. Like, especially, with COVID going on. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Ric Flair, but I think this is just really kind of silly. And I really kind of feel like we're going to get, like, a Lacey versus Charlotte match at WrestleMania. I can just kind of see it, but...
Well, I don't see it.
know.
I'll be honest. I don't see it at WrestleMania because there's actually something I wanted to quickly talk about in a little later moment. But I do get what you're saying.
That's just something I brought up. I'm like, what if this actually does become like a Mania match and all this? But yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just really kind of confusing, and it's just really like we see the same thing over and over again. Okay, Ric Flair's music hits, Lacey Evans comes out in the robe, and it's just like the same thing almost over and over again. It's like, wait, what even is this?
Yeah,
it's stupid. Like,
it is. Really, it really is.
Unless this is done, unless this is done to help with Lacey Evans, I don't see this going anywhere.
I don't know what they're trying to accomplish. Like, I'm not really harping on it because I'm actually intrigued, but at the same time, it's like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing
with this?
Yeah, I don't understand that whatsoever. So this
I think it's because they get Charlotte out of the top picture for a while since we're already on the road to WrestleMania and all that. I think they're trying to get Charlotte into this program to kind of get her a little bit set up for maybe a title feud or something like that, heading into this big show, just to kind of, ease her away from the title scene. They're thinking to themselves, you know what, let's just do this storyline for a little bit. Then we'll put Charlotte back in the title picture. We just get the tag titles off of her. Let's give her a little bit of a break. Let's do this storyline. Then we'll move her to the top picture of WrestleMania or something big. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. But I have no problem with it, but it's just stupid. It's just stupid.
And of course, there's other moments in the Women's Royal Rumble that was like funny as well, like other funny moments. But first off, I want to say, what the hell is up with Nikki Cross's new music? I don't understand this.
It's
that's just so. It does not fit her at all.
When I heard that new music, I was like, oh, somebody new. Who's that? Nikki Cross? Wait, what the hell is this? Does not match her gimmick of being some psychotic person who escaped from a mental hospital.
It is so. Oh my! I'm not saying they ruined her on the main roster. Not even close. She became champ and all that. She's been doing very good. But at the same time, what is this character?
Yeah, it's
character is so stupid. I want my crazy Nikki.
Yeah.
Where's the Nikki that confronted Becky Lynch?
Yeah, where's the Nikki? Where's honestly the Nikki Cross that we hear this in the music? I was like, when I hear that, I was like, that's Nikki Cross.
I miss NXT Nikki Cross.
Sanity.
Exactly.
NXT Nikki Cross was the best.
Sanity, remember that?
NXT Sami Zayn.
Well, I said Sanity, not Sami Zayn.
Still, I meant NXT Sami Zayn. Anyway, but yeah, Nikki Cross, just I hate this.
No, I don't get it.
It was stupid.
Nope, I don't get that one either. But I will say, how funny was it? Carmella got eliminated by Reggie.
That was funny.
She went over the top rope. He caught her to make sure she did not get eliminated. But when Tamina was about to super kick him, he puts her down.
Exactly.
I mean, he didn't drop her or anything. He slowly put her down and then took the super kick. I was like, wait a minute. Carmella's eliminated. But you know what's stupid? Tamina got the credit for that elimination. I'm like, hell no. Reggie got the credit, honestly. It's like Tamina got the credit for the elimination, even though clearly it was not her that did that.
Yep.
So, I don't understand that. Carmella went through a good match with Sasha, lasted less than a minute in the Rumble, got eliminated by Reggie, and she wasn't even pissed off at him for that.
I know, right?
Yeah, she was more like just trying to get away from Tamina. I'm like, what the hell was that? Okay, that just happened. What else happened? Lana came back.
I called it, so
she looked kind of
knew she was gonna come back.
She looked kind of in a trance though when she showed up.
Yes. I mean, you blame her? She was being put through tables.
I was like, Willie, you're a little muffled. Where's your device at?
How's this?
Okay, much better.
Okay, there we go. Anyways, saying, yeah, like, there's a trans, something like that. But like I said, you were put through tables. I mean, I don't really expect you to come back and be all happy and, yay, I was put through tables. She was pissed. But my dream of her winning the Royal Rumble didn't happen, so yeah, you can rest easy, Twitter. I threw out last week. She's going to win the Royal Rumble. That's what I was legit thinking. Like, they're going to have her come back. She's going to win the Royal Rumble.
And what, take on Nia Jax at WrestleMania or something, if she won the title?
Oh, God, imagine.
Yeah.
So, I like how she came back. She was literally like a house of fire. Like, she came back pissed off, but she was in a trance. Like, what the heck was that all about?
Yeah, I don't know. But speaking of trances, we're really glad that you're our friend.
Alexa. Oh, my God.
When Alexa Bliss showed up, I was like,
oh my God, like she looked, oh my gosh. Why did they make her look so weak in this match?
Oh, she didn't look weak.
I don't know.
No. I don't think they made Alexa Bliss look weak or anything. It just showed that even despite, here's the thing, she was actually like nice, playful, and cheerful. She was about to do the transformation to become like this violent murderer. But Rhea Ripley all of a sudden is like, hell no! Get out of here!
True, but still though. But still.
I don't think it was like Christian said to make her look weak. I think for me, it was trying to protect the character. But at the same time, like, she was my front runner going in. I'm like, she's gonna win this whole thing. And then when she got eliminated, I was like, okay, really? That's fine.
Yeah, it's like I was like, oh, that just happened.
Exactly. The men's rumble. Oh man, the men's rumble. Ooh. Anyways, this one, I was like, oh, she got eliminated? I mean, I'm not really upset. At the same time, I'm like, why? And in Rhea Ripley, you're going to die now because you don't know what you've just done. And
I think she just saved the lives of everybody in the ring because they were about to get violently murdered.
Exactly. I'm just loving this whole thing with Alexa Bliss. And I told you people that this was all coming with Alexa Bliss being a heel and all that. Her teaming up with The Fiend. I called this, and I told you it was going to work out. And it's worked out so far. I'm enjoying it. She's been fantastic. She got dropped by Randy Orton last week, which was freaking amazing. And just everything with this Rumble, especially with Alexa Bliss, it was short and sweet. But other than that, it was like, why? It was more like, okay, she's in and she's out. I was like, why? I guess, like I said, probably to protect the character and all that, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know.
Yep. Let's see. As we all know, Natalya became number 30 by winning a match against Tamina on Backstage. So Natalya was number 30, but she got ambushed by Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler instantly. And I know for a fact that when that happened, there was a lot of people that were suddenly hoping that somebody would come out and replace her.
Becky Lynch is going to come out. Speaking of Becky Lynch, oh my God. I freaking love that woman, man. She's out here trolling on Twitter. And he drops a freaking pic on Twitter. She had me cracking up. Oh my God.
Even I knew she was not even going to be there. I saw that picture and I was like, she ain't going to be there. She's just trying to get reaction.
She's trolling.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then she says, like, afterwards, she's like, I just thought this pic was cool because of the curtain.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my God. It was so funny. Like, she just dropped a pic of the curtain. I was just dying over here. Like, she's coming, guys. She's coming to the Rumble. Wait, no, she's not. The woman just gave. And, like, I was laughing my head off over there, man. I'm like, oh my God, you guys are being trolled. I'm like, oh my God, there she goes again. Oh my God, that made my night right there. So that was funny.
Did y'all also like how Nia Jax got eliminated by Lana?
That was cool.
Yep. But all in all,
she just like screams and then like she gets eliminated.
All in all, this led to the winner, which was Bianca Belair.
And I'm gonna say, this was absolutely perfect having Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair as the last two.
Gosh,
those are the two that deserve to win the most. So the fact that they were the final two, I'm like, this was the perfect decision. I guarantee nobody was going to be mad at whoever won.
Oh my gosh.
I did not know who to pick, honestly. Bianca because of her long performance or Rhea because of her dominating performance. So honestly, I was like, both these chicks, huh? Both these chicks.
I was just shocked. I was like, no way. This is literally the final two. And of course, Charlotte lasted until the final three. And
I thought it was going to be Bianca and Charlotte as the last two.
That's what I thought too, but Rhea Ripley now, I'm like, oh my god, the NXT fanboy in me is just freaking yelling inside. Like I was like, yes, this is what we need. I was so freaking happy. It's like, yes, finally some exposure, and like, oh my gosh, just an amazing back and forth, and just the way the match ended was just amazing. You know, there were moments like after they were sitting on the apron, they were just sitting there and looking at each other like, let's get back in the ring.
Yeah, they're like, so let's just do this because I like it. They'd rather like here's the thing, they have so much respect for each other that they were both willing to put themselves back into the ring so they could square off one-on-one, do a little bit of a restart and say, okay, may the best girl win.
Exactly. That was amazing.
So
they did fantastic.
So Bianca Belair wins the Royal Rumble match and she becomes the first black person to win the Royal Rumble apparently.
Oh my god,
not just black female, but black person in general. The first black person to win the Royal Rumble match. I had to quickly look up the previous winners just in case I missed one. But no, the first ever black Royal Rumble winner is Bianca Belair.
I'll talk about this at the end. I want to go last on this one.
Yeah, all right. But before we get to that, I will say something I want to talk about, which is after seeing Rhea Ripley's performance. Some people may agree or disagree with me, but I want to see Rhea Ripley in a rematch with Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania. And the reason I say that is because Charlotte, she has this deal with Asuka that, okay, fine, we'll team and win the tag titles, but in exchange, you give me a Raw Women's title shot. Remember they did that thing?
Fair enough.
So I'm like, they'll go through with the deal. Sorry, Asuka, but I understand people would not like this. Charlotte wins yet another title, but it's not about that. This is the story about Rhea Ripley. Look at last year at WrestleMania when she was the NXT Women's Champion. Charlotte did not challenge Rhea. Rhea told her to challenge her.
Exactly.
So she was honestly the little rookie playing with the big girls.
And you failed.
Yeah, this time she's in the big leagues, playing with the big girls again, but this time she's a big girl. She's like the person who started off as a rookie. People say that she was downgraded because of this. I think the Royal Rumble was the start of her redemption thing because this could lead to a rematch with Charlotte, and maybe this time Rhea actually wins. Because from what I hear, I think she's moving to the main roster now, so I think that would be great.
Depends on what brand she goes on. They didn't specifically say or really know what brand she's going to be on, but it just depends.
But honestly, Raw could use her because they need more stars. SmackDown, I think they'll do fine with the whole thing with Sasha, Bayley, Bianca, Carmella. They got some names already on there, so. And folks, sorry for the noise in the background. But I got my mom and Maracle taking care of some stuff. Shout out to her. But anyway. That's why I'm saying Rhea Ripley should have a rematch with Charlotte Flair. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I think that's what I would do because it's more of a coming full circle storyline. Because, starting off as this little rookie from last year, and now this year, she's got more experience. She's not competing for the NXT title. She's competing for the Raw title. And this time, she's ready. Last time, you would think she wasn't ready for WrestleMania or the big leagues. Because honestly, she is pretty young. She's like a year or something older than me and Willie.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm like, I think that's what they were doing. So
exactly.
If this doesn't lead to Rhea Ripley and Charlotte, that's okay. But I honestly think her performance on the Royal Rumble was the sign of something. Hell, she made it to the final 2 after eliminating 7 people.
That was a shocker too.
But yeah, Bianca Belair winning the Women's Royal Rumble, I will say on my end, she definitely earned it. She was number 3. She's the second person behind Ric Flair to win from number 3.
Woo-hoo.
And she's the earliest women's entrant to win the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
First there was 25, then there was 28, then there was 17, and now 3. And I like how this year it was honestly one of the low numbers that is winning instead of the late numbers. So
I like the change up.
Yep. It just goes to show anybody can win from any number. Bianca Belair definitely earned the win. She had a dominant performance at last year's Royal Rumble, starting off at number 2 and setting the record at 8 eliminations in one match. She once cleared the field. Remember that last year?
Yep.
And then, well, this year she goes from number 3 and actually wins the whole thing. And Bianca, that was well deserved. Like, she lasted almost an entire hour.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Ryan, what'd you think of Bianca's win?
I thought it was absolutely incredible. Like, just seeing that from, last year entering at number 2. And she did really good. She had, I think, 8 eliminations.
Yep.
She dominated that Royal Rumble. And now, lasting, I believe, almost a hour, I want to say. It was pretty close. And winning the whole thing. Like, that is just absolutely incredible. And I said to myself, this has to be her moment. This has to be the year that she wins it. And we got that. And it was incredible.
The way I quoted it was like, here's one thing I enjoyed was her post-match interview where she even brought up Montez Ford as a shout-out, her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little emotion. She was emotional, and I almost got a little emotional, too. I know Willie has every reason to be emotional. He's going to come next in a moment, but I hope that Bianca has a great match with whoever she challenges at WrestleMania because it's honestly looking really good for her, and she's got a bright future, and I'm actually glad that they pulled the trigger on Bianca Belair for this one. So, congrats to her. So, all right, Willie, tell us your thoughts on this.
Wow, this is crazy. I mean, you guys know I was going into this match. I had Bianca as my winner, and just seeing her win. I'm not the biggest Bianca Belair fan, but she won me over on this night. And her promo afterwards, that got me super choked up. Like that was amazing. And of course, the ending with Rhea and her in the ring. I want to address the elephant in the room here, ladies and gentlemen. With people out here saying that she didn't win the Rumble because her feet touched the floor. I think it was with who was it with? Naomi, I think.
It was Rhea at the end.
Yeah.
I replayed it, rewatched it several times. And I'm like, nope, here's the thing, they were looking at that foot that was under the ring apron, but look at the other one. The other one did not touch whatsoever.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Oh, she didn't win the Rumble. Yes, she did.
Yep.
Get over it. But just an amazing moment, man. And, of course, her being the first ever African-American ever. Like, that's very special to me. And of course, this is Black History Month, February, and that was very, very special for me, at least. Like, just finally seeing us getting appreciated and getting recognized in pro wrestling is just amazing. And what we're achieving, and just once again, Bianca getting her moment, that was just amazing. But I really enjoyed this match, and it was really good. Probably, in my opinion, one of the best women's Rumble that was ever produced. Yes, in my opinion. Even the one with Becky Lynch. I said that. Even the one with Becky Lynch in 2019, that was just slightly a little bit better than that one. This is my opinion. But this was probably one of the best produced Royal Rumbles, women's rise that I've ever seen. And a good job, though, the girls were there. The surprises were fantastic, in my opinion. They nailed those down. They were a surprise that we did not see coming. There were debuts and all that. Toni Storm came up, in the Royal Rumble, and that was I marked out for that one. Just oh my gosh, just Shotzi Blackheart was in there. Like, oh my god, man, NXT girls were in there. I was so happy, and just Bianca winning, and that put the icing on the cake. And just overall, great match, great performance, and congratulations, Bianca.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's always one of the great things about the, especially when it comes to the women's Royal matches, is seeing all the surprises, the returns, NXT. It's just so amazing, and I think this was pretty white. I think it was perfectly booked from start to finish. I didn't have a single complaint about it. It was just incredible, and I think Rhea and Bianca coming down to the last two. I think right there, that's the future of the women's division right there.
Oh yeah.
So that's awesome.
Well, now, folks, we're going to move on to the next match. Who would ever thought that we would be like, oh my god, that was quite a Rumble match. I'm like, we're not even done. Coming up next is the last man standing match for the Universal title between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, which went on for 25 minutes and actually went even outside the Thunderdome, so you actually got to see the view of the stadium.
Yep.
They did a good job at making it look like they didn't even... It does in the Thunderdome itself, it doesn't even look like they changed venues, but when you saw the outside, you're like, oh, there it is.
Exactly.
I actually like how they reveal that they have a workout ring behind the Thunderdome.
That was so cool.
I'm like, I get it now. They have all this space in the rented stadium. I'm like, might as well use it, so... And... it actually works out well because, the stadium is a lot more open-aired, even though it's indoors, but still a lot more open-aired. So it's actually good that you can have more trainees to work in that stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really cool as well. Reigns and Kevin Owens did a good job throughout that last man standing match, whether they were in the ring, outside the ring, amidst the Thunderdome screens, or that the announce tables back there, or the forklift swanton bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Now here's the thing. That is how you operate a forklift machine and safely use it without the worry of killing your wrestlers.
Exactly. You don't have people going out there and risking their lives doing reckless stuff.
Yeah, a spear on the outside and whacking your head off of concrete. Meanwhile, we got these guys on, like, here's the thing, swanton off the table. And not to mention, just like Jeff Hardy would, Kevin Owens aimed where he was going.
Exactly.
And everything worked very well, and it was like, oh shit! That was awesome!
Exactly.
However, I will say that botch at the end, though, with the handcuffs, that was the moment that kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
Because however, I will say I enjoyed it when Reigns was handcuffed, but then when the referee was counting to 9, he just pulled him right into, like, the tower.
Oh, man, gosh. I was so hyped. I thought KO was actually going to win it.
And that was actually really cool. That was really cool when he did that, but when, like, he pulled the referee and did that, the worst part was Paul Heyman, like, having trouble unlocking the handcuffs, and the new referee that came out, like, suddenly stopped counting for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing, Roman could still have stood up on his feet, though, even if they were having trouble. He just would look like he's bending over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as long as his feet are in a standing position, he could do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But then, of course, he was let out and put in the guillotine on Kevin Owens and knocked him out that way. That's how he won the match and retained the title. But overall, I would say that they did a good job with that. I just wish they did more with the Kevin Owens constantly getting back up thing like they did at TLC. I wish they did more of that.
Yeah.
Because if it was like if it was Kevin Owens who went through all that shit and then he's still getting back up and we have Roman Reigns in constant disbelief, that would have been fantastic.
Oh, man.
Can we also say Kevin Owens being hit by the golf cart?
Okay, that was freaking hilarious.
That was out of nowhere. I mean, we were just seeing him crawl away. I'm like...
He broke the glass, too.
Yeah, I was like, okay...
It's too bad. What you got?
I was like, I was looking at that, and I was mostly focused on the fact that, oh, look at that. They got like another wrestling ring back there. That's awesome. But then all of a sudden, the golf cart came from out of nowhere. I was like, what the hell?
So tape that ride, Captain. That was hilarious. Too bad other wrestlers from other companies don't like jokes. They never learn.
Yeah. What do you bet Kevin Owens woke up in a hospital bed the following day, looked to his right, there's Sammy Guevara, and he's like, did you also get hit by a golf cart? Yep. Uh-huh.
Oh, my God.
Hurts, doesn't it? Yeah, it does.
Oh, my gosh, imagine.
That was hilarious, honestly. It was really good, well done. And I also like here's Kevin Owens, he took a lot of risks there because if he had not been in the right position, his neck could have like been caught on what was holding up that glass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he took a big risk doing that. So I'm thinking they definitely practiced that. So in other words, very professional.
Mhm.
Although Roman also took a risk himself. He's risked getting like his nose potentially broken from Kevin's impact.
Oh yeah.
Because I did see like his hand, like Kevin's hand hit Roman in the face.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit. The fact that they were all okay from that, I'm like, that was professional.
Oh yeah.
Yep. All right, how about this? Willie, you keep on talking about your opinion of the Universal Title match. I'm heading upstairs really quickly, but go ahead and take over.
All right. Well, Ryan, you want to help me out here? I guess we'll talk about it together.
Yeah.
All right, why not?
Yeah, I mean,
What was your favorite part? What do you think of it?
honestly, I'm going to say this. I think, I don't really know if I'd say this one was better than TLC, but this was definitely a match of the year contender, in my opinion. Like, oh my God, there were so many cool spots in this matchup. And,
I know, right?
just like where they kind of go outside, where you do like Ray Christian store where you can kind of see kind of the baseball stadium and everything. You get a better view of it. Like, it was just absolutely insane. Like the golf cart moment and KO Swanton bomb from the pallet off the forklift. Like there was just so many cool spots, and then of course KO handcuffing Roman Reigns. Like I actually thought for a second that Kevin Owens was about to win the title. I was like, oh snap, he's actually going to win it.
Dang.
At nine, I'm like, oh snap, he's going to win. Then Roman Reigns suddenly pulls the ref, and the ref gets knocked out. I'm like, oh snap.
That was the funny part. They botched the ending. Like,
I
remember like seeing, it was so weird because like I think Jimmy Uso. No, was it Jay or Jimmy? Yeah, Jimmy Uso. Was it Jay or Jimmy? Who was with Roman? Jimmy or Jay?
It was Jay who was with Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Jay was supposed to come and save Roman, right? Jay was pulled from the card for some reason. So Paul Heyman's over there trying to get Roman unloose, and Roman grabs the ref. Roman pulls the ref into the steel freaking set thing, and I'm over laughing my head off. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, is he okay? Roman gets loose, locks in his freaking submission hold. Good night, Kevin Owens. That was it. Oh my gosh, just that was amazing.
Yeah, that was like indeed crazy as hell. Like the match itself though definitely could have been way better, but you know what? For what it was, I thought it was really good.
I was expecting to get a little more brutal like they did last time at TLC. That was a brutal match.
Oh, yeah.
Like, killed each other in that match. This one was more tame.
All right, so...
this video was definitely good, though.
Yep. And who's ready to talk about the main event?
Let's go.
The Men's Royal Rumble match. And to kick things off... we thought it was going to be Randy Orton at number 1 and Edge number 2 because that's what was announced, right?
Yeah.
But they switched positions. Edge was number 1. I was like, oh, okay. I guess Edge is number 1 now.
Exactly. That was funny. So,
yeah, Edge showed up, and I like how when Randy Orton's music hit, Edge immediately went to the outside of the ring and went after Randy.
That was so funny. And I'm like, Edge, what are you doing? Like, get back in the ring. Like, wait till he gets in the ring. He freaking takes off his jacket, gets out of the ring, and just goes up to meet Randy Orton. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Well, it kind of does make sense a little bit.
Here's what I would have honestly done. Here's the thing. Randy Orton, because of, like, a injury that I know he was feigning... how funny would it... here's the thing. He was out for a majority of the match. How funny would it have been if Edge and Randy were out for the entirety of the match? They were still participants, but they were fighting all over the stadium, and they just kept cutting back and forth to them.
Oh, that would be amazing.
It would have been funny, but I think it would honestly piss a lot of people off because of a lot of like opportunities to see Edge take on somebody else.
Exactly.
But yeah,
just spoke Randy Orton.
Since I have some stuff to take care of, we'll try and get through this as quickly as possible. I will mention that it was really cool to see like Edge being teamed up on by Randy Orton, then Sami Zayn, and then Mustafa Ali.
I got so annoyed by that. Edge was getting his freaking rear end kicked in this
I'm just
match.
like,
I'm just like,
why?
Yeah.
Like, what did Edge do? I was so pissed off. I'm like, leave him alone. Like, I get it's the Royal Rumble. I get, like, you're having heels come out. I'm like, where's the baby face? And then Jeff Hardy came in. I'm like, thank you. Thank you.
And then Dolph Ziggler came out, and that was even worse.
Exactly. I was like, oh my gosh.
And then Shinsuke Nakamura came out with his original entrance music.
Thank God.
Yep.
And his original attire. So, thank God.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like, the whole thing with Randy Orton and Edge, I like how they were fighting on the outside occasionally, but what'd you think of that execution on the announce table?
That was pretty cool.
It's like, here's the thing, we've hardly seen Edge do that move when he came back.
Mm.
We've mostly been seeing spears.
Yep.
But you know what was awesome?
What's
I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
God.
Let's go.
Let's freaking
Yeah, if
go.
Ryan was in the crowd, he would have been like, Carlito, let's go.
Hey, I would have been so hyped.
Oh my gosh, that was just amazing.
We gotta make merchandise for the Losers Lounge, and on Ryan's merch it says "Let's go."
Oh my gosh, let's go!
Yeah, Carlito, he looked pretty good. His physique looked pretty awesome.
He looked jacked, dude. Oh my gosh. I remember that he was supposed to be at Raw Legends Night. And then he apparently didn't show up. I guess that's why, because he was freaking ready to return for the Rumble. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, Carlito, yay.
He picked a better time to show up, huh?
I don't know if knock up more. That was pretty cool. Too bad he didn't get the apple.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. Was Shinsuke seriously about to take a bite of an apple while he's wearing a mouth guard? Like,
I think
who eats with a mouth guard on? Like, what's the point of it?
I know, right? Like, that would have been stupid.
I think the mouth guard. Why would you want to eat an apple that's been in somebody's hands in a pandemic? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, thankfully, Carlito took it away before he could do that.
Exactly.
But the sad part is, Carlito never spat in anyone's face.
Well, don't spin anybody's face during a pandemic.
Yeah, we're in a pandemic, so...
Pandemic. If it was not the pandemic, if this was like last year or something like that, of course he would have done that. He will get a thunderous reaction, man. Oh my gosh. Just imagine.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The unfortunate thing was, while Xavier Woods and Big E competed in the match, Kofi Kingston was not medically cleared. Thus, we did not have a Kofi save moment.
My boy Kofi. Poor guy's a
he still could have done it, actually. Xavier was in trouble being eliminated once before he actually was eliminated by Mustafa Ali.
Just about one more segment on this show. Was on this show?
Yeah,
was on
we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a moment. But I will say that.
Okay.
I will say
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Kofi could have honestly came out to save Xavier Woods by catching him or putting something on the ground so that he would prevent him from touching the ground. I'd be like, hey, look, there's a Kofi save moment.
Exactly.
That would have been cool. But yeah, you were mentioned before in a segment that happened. Yeah, the New Day were wearing custom Brody Lee outfits.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was fantastic, man.
It's awesome.
And never gonna forget you, Brody. We love you, man.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I enjoyed that very much. It was cool. And
that was.
It's like the New Day's performance in the Rumble match itself. Woods didn't really last so long. Big E lasted almost 30 minutes. He did a great performance. Unfortunately, he was eliminated by Omos. And what I will mention is, Omos should have been a participant, honestly.
This dude's a freaking animal. Oh my gosh.
He eliminated 2 people without being a legal competitor. He's got 2 Rumble eliminations on his record, and he's never been in one.
Oh my god, I need to get this guy in the ring. I've seen him work a few times. He's freaking good. Like, wrist size, he can move.
So he's not going to be like Great Khali?
No.
Okay.
No, he can move. He's not that fast, but he can move.
All right.
He's not like Khali stands stiff in the ring and just throws chops. He can actually move.
All right. Well, as long as they can do that, then good.
Yeah, he can move. He's good. I like what he's doing with AJ. This whole thing with AJ Omos, that's just cracking me up. And there's so many freaking jokes I make with my friends about that. It's just hilarious. Just it's so funny that AJ. First of all, AJ, why would you go out and just find yourself this guy? Like, I understand why. I mean, he's freaking tall as heck, but like, it was just so funny. Just when they were first paired together, I was like, oh, okay. AJ has his own version of the Great Khali. He has his own freaking giant. It was so funny.
Remember the time? The time when Miz and Morrison offered AJ Styles a peach pie?
Oh my god!
In exchange that he helps them cash in the briefcase, and AJ actually, at first he was like, "No, I ain't helping you," but then after when they were leaving, "Hey, the pie's for me. Give that to me."
Oh,
and then he's like, peach pie. But then Omos was like, "Yeah, that's a muffin." Actually, I don't know if he said muffin or cupcake, but I think it's because he's so big that he thought that's what it was.
That's a muffin. Like, his voice is so freaking deep. It's like when Braun Strowman first started talking. Oh my god, that scared the crap out of me.
Did you like how it's like at first AJ thought he didn't even speak any English? He doesn't even speak any English, do you? Of course I do. And he was taken aback.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
What?
So
you never told me. You never asked.
Oh god. Anyways,
he's got some sort of Omos has some sort of relationship with Riddle.
What?
I don't know what it is, but he knows a lot of things about Riddle. Remember, he knew the name of Riddle's bunny.
They're probably friends.
Yeah, that's why AJ's like, what's going on? How do you know all this? But can we also say, like, the appearance of Damian Priest in the Royal Rumble match?
That moment, my boy Priest showed up. Oh my gosh.
That was awesome.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Amazing performance. Went freaking toe to toe with another person who we'll talk about in a minute, made an appearance. But oh my gosh, and Priest freaking he tore it up in there, and let me tell you, I was so happy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but that other person that Willie's talking about was another surprise entrant, and that one was Kane. I'm like, honestly, I did not think Kane would be there because, he's a mayor in a pandemic, so if he's a political figure, he would honestly be distancing. But the fact that he was in the Royal Rumble match,
that was just weird. But at the same time, I was like, oh, Kane's here, yay! This is interesting.
He entered at number 8. He entered at number 18. Actually. He entered at number 18, and it was coincidentally his 18th Rumble.
I know, right? Like, I was like, oh my gosh, Kane's here. Okay.
He broke his 2 records by appearing in the most and continuing to have the most cumulative eliminations because he eliminated 2 people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So what's the record now? 46 or something because of that? Something like that.
I think something like that.
Yeah. But what do you think of the Team Hell No reunion with him and Daniel Bryan?
Oh god. Awesome. Cracked up so much. I freaking love those 2 back in the day. So that was freaking special for me.
Yeah, I absolutely love that too. It was great.
Yeah, and then Kane's like, well, sorry, gotta chokeslam you.
Kane went toe-to-toe with Damian Priest, and that's who eliminated him.
Yep. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. And also, we had a few firsts in the Rumble. Did you guys notice that participants Otis and Dominic Mysterio were the only people under the age of 30 in that Royal Rumble match?
Dominic's elimination cracked me up.
I knew that because of Dave Meltzer, but he was like making a complaint about that. And I was like, what the fuck?
So freaking weird. Otis coming in, that was like, cool. Then Dominic comes in, gets eliminated in like I believe a minute.
2 minutes.
His elimination cracked me up. How many?
He lasted only 2 minutes. So he came in. The first thing that happens is he got a spine buster by King Corbin.
Oh my god!
Dominic, I'm sorry, man, but you need more training.
His freaking elimination cracked me up. Freaking
bummed. The only thing I remember is him eliminating Corbin.
What's that?
Yeah, that's the only thing I remember is him, Dominic eliminating Corbin.
Yep.
That's all I remember too. That's literally all I remember from him in the Rumble. I was like, Dominic. I keep forgetting that Dominic was in the Rumble. I was like, okay.
Booyaka, booyaka, 619.
Yeah, we remember your father more than you, buddy.
Yeah, I really think he should do his own thing instead of being Dominic Mysterio.
Exactly. I like I said, I like Dominic and all. Like, congratulations, you're a wrestler. Whoop-de-doo, awesome. Don't be. I just don't like how they're just basically saying he's. I know he's Ray's son, but it's like, don't make him Ray's son.
Yeah. And then don't rely his career on that fact. I know he was in the whole thing with Ray and Eddie all those years ago with the custody thing, but that was the past, and now Dominic is his own thing.
Exactly. Let Dom do his own freaking thing. Poor guy.
Can I also be honest about another thing? Like, the guest appearance of the Hurricane, again, was honestly not as good as the previous one. I didn't really care for his appearance.
I marked out a little bit. I was like, the Hurricane.
Hurricane.
I actually thought it was a waste. I thought it was literally a waste in my opinion. I was like, really? Hurricane?
He was in the 2018 Rumble, and I'm like, you're not running short on wrestlers here. I know that for a fact. You're not running short on wrestlers on your main roster. Like, you've already done the Hurricane's appearance just so he could get comically eliminated. Why are you doing it again?
That could have been for an NXT.
Yeah, that basically gave me like 2002 vibes.
Exactly.
Like how? Like you know who I would have replaced that with?
John Cena.
No, Timothy Thatcher. If we're talking an NXT appearance, I would say Timothy Thatcher.
I would pull up Karrion Kross, but that's just me.
Well, how about
follows me on Twitter?
What about Kyle O'Reilly?
I was waiting for Shock to set him the freaking head, but it never did. So I was like, bummer. Okay, here's what I think about the men's Rumble this year. I didn't like how there wasn't that many NXT stars men-wise.
Yeah, there was just one. It was just Damian Priest. That's it.
The rest just no offense, because there were some we'll get to another freaking legend that nobody saw coming. But they were just legends. I was like, why?
Yeah, Carlito, I would understand that. Kane, also, he did a really good job. But besides, he's honestly one of the best Royal Rumble performers ever. So, okay, I understand that. Plus, he hasn't been in a Rumble since 2016. So, there he is. The Hurricane, that was the waste.
Exactly. I was like, why didn't you use that on NXT talent? You could have used just a little bit. I'm not even trying to complain here, but it's like you could have used just a little bit, just a teeny bit. If you put the women and all that stuff for NXT and the Women's Rumble, then why didn't you do it for the men? Same amount. Look how many stars we have. And I know we're in a pandemic for y'all. Start typing in the comments. We're in a pandemic. Then why did they do it for the women? It's just a little bit of a complaint for me. I just didn't like how they didn't use that much NXT in the men's Rumble. I was like, come on, you couldn't have pulled up Kyle O'Reilly? You couldn't have pulled up Balor? Come on.
Well, maybe not.
I remember Balor's...
Well, I was actually about to say, maybe not Balor.
Not true. He was already in the Thunderdome. He was at some kind of Superstar Spectacle. I think it was. I don't freaking know.
Yeah, the Superstar Spectacle for the Indian wrestlers, which, by the way, folks, I did not get a chance to watch that, but I heard it was actually pretty good because the Indian talent were doing good. So I'm actually liking that they're expanding on, the NXT thing.
I watched. It was cool. I actually noticed some of the performance. I was like, oh, okay, y'all hired these guys? Nice.
Yeah, I'm just really glad that they're doing this. But regardless, back to what I was saying before, the appearance of the Hurricane, I didn't like it because I'm like, really? We've already seen him a few years ago for a guest appearance. This time it was a little bit of an overkill. I'm like, because, using the same person again just doesn't give you the same impact as it did last time. Because in 2018, we haven't seen him in years, over a decade.
Exactly. But they used Tori Wilson in the Women's Rumble. Same thing. 2 years. 2 years, literally.
Yeah, it really did not have the same amount of feel as it did for the other one. But here's the thing: other examples of people who I honestly would have put in there. I'm looking at the roster right now. I'm looking at the WWE roster. How about Dabba-Kato? Remember that guy from the Underground thing who was apparently then drafted to Raw? He could have made his first appearance there.
I wouldn't have minded that.
I think you could have had a lot more NXT stars in there.
Well, what about Jinder Mahal? He was back.
Yeah.
You could have put him in there. I know that Keith Lee could not be in there because of COVID, so maybe that's who they replaced them with.
Exactly.
And no, Jay White was not going to show up either.
Wait, hold on a second.
That's right.
Wait, hold on a second. Who's Jay White?
Oh, okay. Jay White and
Seth Rollins' brother.
Seth Rollins' brother. Seth Rollins' brother.
Actually,
Jay
why wasn't
White is
okay? How about this?
probably
Why
the
wasn't
lead-
MVP in the match?
What was the MVP?
I was about to say why wasn't MVP in the match?
I
Why
don't know.
wasn't Shelton Benjamin? Why wasn't Cedric Alexander?
Actually, most importantly, why wasn't Slapjack in the match?
Exactly.
Exactly. Why wasn't
Jay
J-Bar?
this match?
Hey, why wasn't Titus O'Neil in this? Why wasn't Titus World Slide here?
Exactly.
Hell,
Where were
and
most of
honestly,
these people?
guys, that was just the Raw side. If I look at the SmackDown side, I'm like, where was Aleister Black?
Alistair apparently has been rumored to return for weeks now. Yeah, sure. I don't know where he is.
It's
He's
like
probably
Otis.
back out.
Okay, how about this? Otis was in the match, but why not Chad Gable?
Exactly.
Wait, wasn't Jey Uso supposed to be in the Rumble match too?
They pulled him. They pulled him from this entire pay-per-view.
I'm probably gonna assume it may have been a COVID thing. Then I guess.
I think
If that's the case, then I understand. Where the hell's Murphy? Still making out with Aaliyah Mysterio?
He's on 205 Live. So they apparently dropped that whole storyline out. They just dropped the whole storyline. I'm not even joking. They literally just dropped the whole Mysterio storyline.
Oh, here's one. Robert Roode. He's half of the SmackDown Tag Champs. Dolph Ziggler was in the match. Why wasn't Robert Roode in it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't care about Bobby Roode anymore. Good job, WWE.
It's Robert Roode, not Bobby Roode.
It's Bobby Roode to me. No, Robert Roode. Yeah. That's not what I call him. I call him Robert Roode. Sorry. Dang it! Anyways. Yeah, why wasn't he in the Rumble?
Why wasn't
Dolph Ziggler in the Rumble?
What about Leon Ruff? They could have put him in there.
Exactly. Where was NXT?
Honestly, though, here's like people. I don't know if people would probably give me like flick for this or something like that, but why not Velveteen Dream?
I wouldn't have minded. The internet wouldn't have minded. The internet would have went insane. If I had Velveteen Dream.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have minded that.
So that's why I'm just saying, like, putting in surprise entrants of people we've already seen prior, and so when you have a loaded roster, that's honestly not exactly working out. But anyways, however, the next surprise entrant, which honestly did qualify as a surprise, because that's a name we didn't even consider in our heads, and that was Christian.
Oh,
So in a way, Christian did appear in the Royal Rumble, just not Christian.
so happy.
Yeah, I did. Hey, I did say I am declaring myself in the men's Royal Rumble match, so I wasn't lying. My name is Christian. Christian was in the Royal Rumble, so yay!
Just when his theme hit, I was like, "There's no way that's him." And they panned to the entrance, like he comes out. I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Last year, the big return of Edge. This year, the big return of Christian.
Like, what is next? Like, that was insane. Apparently, he's staying. Like,
he's owed an Intercontinental title match with Big E. Remember what happened the last time he wrestled?
Exactly. Watch them do that at WrestleMania. I'm not even joking. I think Christian will be at WrestleMania wrestling.
Yeah, I think this would be great. I mean, Edge is the Royal Rumble winner, but how great would it be if Edge and Christian went for the tag team titles one more time? Not at WrestleMania, but on a later time or something like that. How great would it be just one more time? For the benefit of those with flash photography. And they do that thing where they just kept coming up with excuses for not wrestling.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, remember the whole thing is like Edge and Christian, they're like, how about this? Let's pretend we have food poisoning. Yeah, food poisoning. Let's do this.
Exactly.
One of the funniest things I've ever heard from Edge and Christian. You guys want to hear it?
What you got?
It's like, hey, Christian, yeah? You know what my favorite part about my pants are? What? It says Edge on them. Oh, I never noticed. Just those weirdest things just make you laugh because, well, they were the best.
Exactly.
So I really think that here's the thing. Edge is wrestling again. Christian's wrestling again. I honestly would not be against a possibility of them teaming one more time.
I'd be fine with that.
The Dudleys, they teamed up one more time. The Hardys, they teamed up one more time in WWE. Why not Edge and Christian?
Exactly.
If only Matt Hardy was not in the other company and he was actually here in WWE and both Dudleys were still here, how great would it be? One more triple threat TLC.
That'd be
Why not? Why not?
I wouldn't mind it.
They could still do it.
Yeah.
They got to be careful, but they could do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Christian, he performed very well.
Oh, he did. Oh my gosh.
Like, how great was it to just see those like vintage slap moves he does?
That was crazy, dude.
Yep, the kill switch as well. Boom!
Amazing.
This is the guy that people kept begging to be put in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's here, so there we go.
Exactly.
You got something better than him being in the Hall of Fame.
He's
Just
wrestling.
wrestling.
Yeah.
Possibly one last run.
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
The fact that both Edge and Christian had the chance to end their career on their own terms it's a feel-good moment.
And it makes you wonder, like, you see these wrestlers come back. Edge. Now Christian. Don't put it past this company to have Paige come back. You never know. You never know.
Wow.
Came back. Daniel Bryan came back.
That is true, yeah. I could come back into wrestling. Not to WWE, but I could come back into wrestling.
Oh, yeah. Don't put it past. It goes to any sport. Like, anybody could come back in wrestling.
Yep. All right. And the other moments as well, the return of the Messiah, Seth Rollins. What I don't understand was why people wanted him to come back to burn it down. I'm like, this theme is better.
You can't use that theme anymore. Apparently, it's owned by CFO, and they had copyright disputes with WWE, and they're not apparently working with them anymore, so they can't use that theme.
Well,
so he's not coming back to burn it down.
Well, even then though, I'm just saying like the Messiah theme was a lot better anyway than his burn it down theme.
I agree. The only time I like Seth Rollins was around 2018. Now I'm starting to like him again because he's actually likable. And he's not doing his shtick on Twitter.
Yeah, people thought he was going to come back as a face. Why? He's honestly Seth is not that good as a face.
He is. It just depends on who he's working with. For example, 2018, he was a good face when he's IC champ. Then he went to a feud with Dean Ambrose, and then that failed.
2019, he was the Universal champ for a majority of 2019. Yep, that was not good. Number 30 was Braun Strowman, and honestly, Strowman did pretty good as well for his appearance.
Yeah.
It was alright.
Yeah, I remember when number 30 hit, I had completely forgotten that Strowman was in the Rumble match, so I was like, oh, right, I forgot.
Dude, same. Oh my gosh. I was like,
honestly love that moment when you're like, okay, who's left? Who's going to be the last entrant? And then when it's a wrestler, you remember, oh yeah, he's in it. We forgot about that.
Oh, man. Oh, okay.
Well, that was a good final.
Yep.
Here's the thing: by the time that Christian and Braun Strowman were eliminated, the final three were Edge, Randy Orton, and Seth Rollins. At that point, we were like, "Yep, there's a multiple-time winner coming."
I want to talk about some here, though, WWE. First of all, you had, of course, going into the show, you guys know I had my boy D. Bryan with me. And when Dirty Little Psycho, Seth Rollins out there, oh, man, when Bryan was eliminated, oh, my gosh, I freaking lost it. I was not happy. I didn't rage or anything. I was just like, my heart sank. I just went silent. I'm like, no. Just so mad. I was like, screw you, Seth. Oh, man. And they gave Matt Riddle a black eye, apparently, from the curb stomp, which is hilarious. So, that happened.
Who's Matt Riddle?
I'm sorry. He gave Riddle a curb stomp, and then he eliminated him. And then, yeah. And they eliminated Daniel Bryan, which I was not, like I said, I was not happy about.
I like that Seth did his famous laugh thing, ha 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 ha. After that,
He probably knew I was watching.
Yeah, he knew that fans worldwide were throwing temper tantrums because of that.
Yeah, because a lot of people had Daniel Bryan as their winner.
Bryan was the freaking front runner to freaking win this thing. And Seth Rollins said, nope. But it was great to see Seth back until he did that. And then I was like, well, now I know who's going to win. Just get it over with. I was happy with who won, but still, I was like, there goes my fave. I hate you, Seth. I was so mad. I
honestly like the idea that we could get Seth Rollins and Daniel Bryan possibly at WrestleMania.
5 stars.
Hell yeah, honestly. I don't understand why some people are saying Daniel Bryan should face Roman at WrestleMania. I'm like, why? That would be an easy win for Roman. And plus, that wouldn't make any sense. He has no logical reason to go after Roman.
Technically, yes, he does, but at the same time, he doesn't. Same time, he does have reason to go to Roman because Roman basically had. There was apparently supposed to be a struggle between those two, and then I think they dropped it a little bit. And, of course, that's not going to happen. Now, they'll probably do it at a later date because I don't see Roman walking out. Excuse me. I do see Roman what I'm talking about. Of course, I see Roman walking out of WrestleMania as Universal Champ. Not even the Royal Rumble winner is going to beat him, or whoever he faces at WrestleMania. But, like I said, Daniel Bryan and Seth at WrestleMania, I'm fine with that. The two dads going at it. Oh, my gosh. The two of the best pro wrestlers on the planet. Sign me up. Put that on WrestleMania. Along with Karrion Kross and Finn Balor, please.
And with Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley, please.
Please. Yeah, you put Rhea Ripley and Charlotte on one night, and you do Balor and Kross the next night. I'm telling you right now, they're putting Balor and Kross on one
And Orton and The Fiend.
Oh, that's definitely going to WrestleMania. Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's step up and say, hey, Randy Orton and Edge. I don't know how they're going to do that because Edge won.
I don't think they're going to do that now. But speaking of which, not only is Edge the third person to win the match from number 1, but once again, for the third time in Royal Rumble history, numbers 1 and 2 are the last 2 entrants.
That was amazing.
And Randy Orton, I thought, was going to tie Stone Cold.
That's what I thought too. I was like, here comes Orton RKO.
Because
I was like, what the heck?
If Randy Orton tied Stone Cold's record at 3 Rumble wins, that would have been historic.
Yeah. I was actually kind of thinking, what was really crazy is, because how social media is, like, especially with WWE, like, they try to give like hints and everything, and all this. And they were kind of, I think at one point, one post they had like Stone Cold's 3 wins and everything. I think they had posted about that, and I was like, and then my mom kind of remembered that, and I was like, because if you remember, Randy Orton was never eliminated; he was still in the match, and I thought, oh my gosh, he's actually going to win again. He's going to win 3 times.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, it was just so crazy, but it didn't happen. But I was just kind of thinking, I was like, this actually could happen. Randy Orton could win his 3rd Royal Rumble match although, would it kind of made sense, though? Because, for Randy Orton to challenge Drew McIntyre again, we've already seen that last year, and then going after Roman Reigns, which would have been okay, but, it wouldn't have made a whole lot of sense.
I was confused as well, because, like, when Edge eliminated Seth Rollins, I kept telling my friends, I'm like, guys, Orton's not eliminated. Orton's not. Orton gets in the ring.
And he came out of nowhere.
Pun intended. He came out of nowhere. RKO, Joe's the throw over the top. I was literally thinking, Orton's going to win this. Orton's going to freaking win this thing.
And then Edge turned around all of a sudden and then won.
Yeah.
That was kind of like a 2011 finish right there.
Oh my gosh. Like, it was so weird. It's like Alberto Del Rio and Santino. Do you remember that?
Santino should have won that.
Yeah, that would have been weird.
Won that.
Actually, oh my God, imagine.
I would have been happy with that.
I always liked Santino. I don't know. The character was just so funny.
Yeah, he nailed it really good.
All right.
He did.
But yeah, Edge makes history as one of the only people to win his 2nd Royal Rumble match on the same day that he won it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
January 31st, 2010 and 2021. And Edge is also the first ever inducted Hall of Famer to win the Royal Rumble match.
Correct.
Maybe people who became Hall of Famers.
What a year it has been.
Yeah, but Edge is the first guy to have already been inducted to the Hall of Fame to win it again. So, from what I've heard, reports that he's here appearing weekly, I'm like, you know what? This could actually be different compared to 2020.
Oh, he's appearing weekly, all right. First, he showed up on Raw. Then, he showed up on Raw to confront the WWE Champion, which I thought was pretty cool. Then, this man freaking shows up on NXT to confront the Prince, which I thought was freaking amazing. Oh, my God.
Hey, Willie, I will ask your opinion, man. What did you think when Edge said, because I've never held the NXT title?
Oh, my God, when he freaking went face-to-face with Balor, oh, my God, I had goosebumps. Oh, my... Like, I couldn't stop smiling. I was like, oh, my God, this is actually happening.
But I don't think he'll challenge Finn, though.
First of all, I've already explained this on Twitter. Edge
I think they were just teasing it.
That isn't. There's many reasons why it doesn't need to happen. First of all, Finn's moveset is a little bit dangerous. Not saying Balor is not a safe wrestler because he freaking is, but with Edge, there are moves that Balor does that Edge will basically retire from, and we will never see Edge again. For example, in 1916, if Finn would have landed out on Edge on goodbye. And then there are people, this is so weird. There are people here saying they want Edge and Karrion Kross. No.
Hell no.
No. No. Karrion Kross will murder that man. No, you don't want that.
I'll be honest, I want Edge to choose Roman Reigns.
Same here. I think
that's what's going to go.
I mean, he'll die quicker if he faces Roman Reigns, but I'm fine with that. Edge and Reigns, it makes sense. Spear versus spear. Maybe face and heel. And we're like, oh, why can't he challenge McIntyre? I don't want to see Edge and McIntyre. I really don't. That doesn't intrigue me. That really doesn't. And maybe Edge wins. If he goes against Roman, maybe he'll win. That's kind of laughable because I don't think anyone's going to stop the Tribal Chief, not even the Rated R Superstar. But we'll see. And it's kind of funny how Edge is saying he's going to get the title that he never lost, which obviously referring to the world title, which has been obviously...
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore.
It's so freaking funny. I'm like, Edge, you do realize that title is gone. Like, I know what they're trying to say. It's been unified. I mean, you literally, you technically kind of ununified the belts when you created the Universal Championship. That's just me.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny when they're saying, Edge is going to get the title back. He never lost. I'm like, but that title doesn't exist.
Yeah, he's never been the Universal Champion, so.
So it makes sense for Edge to go after Roman, kind of. I mean, like I said, the babyface and heel dynamic would just be amazing, and the mic work alone intrigues me. And I know a certain someone would love to see Roman against Edge. But I think that makes the better story. I don't know about you guys. I mean, Ryan, what would you rather see against any of these three champions? If people are thinking, oh, what about Walter?
I'll be honest, if we weren't in the pandemic era, what are the odds Edge would have traveled to the UK to do a confrontation there?
Edge and Walter.
Just for like a segment, the UK fans would go nuts.
Oh, they'd be happy with that. That'd be pretty cool. Just see Edge go in the UK and just confront Walter, because that is technically a world title, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, it is.
It's the most forgotten title, and that sucks because that title is freaking gorgeous. But Edge going over and confronting Walter, that would have been. You know what I'm thinking they're gonna do? I'm telling you this right. Remember when the Undertaker won the Rumble in 2007?
Yep.
Well, I get this feeling that they're gonna do a segment on Raw where all three main champions are gonna be on there, and Edge chooses it between one of them. It's gonna be Edge. It's gonna be Balor, Reigns, and Drew. And they're all going to be staying in the ring. And Edge is going to choose which one that he picks. Watch them do that. I would actually love to see that.
And for the other thing, it is possible that the titles can change hands. People keep thinking that whoever's champion at Rumble will be champion by Mania. I'm like, you got to realize they could still lose it prior. Roman, he ain't losing it. But Drew, it is possible, and so is Finn. Because for Drew's case, he's got The Miz all over him.
Exactly. And for Balor, he has almost everybody after him. He has Karrion Kross. He has Pete Dunne. He has Kyle O'Reilly. He has three, and now he has Edge. So Balor could lose his title to any one of them. I don't think he's losing to Edge because I personally don't really want to see Edge with the NXT Championship. That's just, no. I want to see Edge wrestle in NXT. That's definitely something I'd love to see. But him as the NXT Champion, that'd be like handing Triple H the NXT Championship. That doesn't make any sense because NXT... And like it or not, I'm saying this once again, NXT is the third brand. Like it or not. They are. And it is the main roster. whether you like it or not.
Mhm.
And I like how they're being showcased. I like how Edge went over there to put over the young talent, which was amazing. And just he put over Balor, he put over Dunn, he put over Karrion Kross somehow. I don't know how Edge was able to stand face to face with that animal. And but that was just amazing. And but I do think Edge will make the right choice. Here's my own prediction. Who I think he's going to pick. I think he's going to pick Roman.
Yep.
That's what I think he's going to pick. That's my own prediction.
Yeah, I can see it happening too.
All right, folks, but that was our
Battle of the
review.
Spears.
That was our review on the Royal Rumble, and it was a fantastic show. Next week, we're going to be talking more about Finn Balor and NXT because we'll be predicting the events of NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
The following week, we will be reviewing that show and then predicting the Elimination Chamber on the same episode.
That logo for the Chamber was so sick.
Yep. All right, Willie, you know what to do, man.
Wait, what's up, Ron?
I said, Willie.
I said 11.
Oh, okay, yeah. Willie, you know what to do, man.
I thought Ron was talking.
Nope.
Was he talking?
No.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll see you guys on the next one. We are the losers. This is our lounge. This is the YWC. And you guys are just watching it. See you next week, dudes.